Welcome to Fridays at 5. This week we will tackle the attack on your rights. We will unpack the hideous plans from the left, and we will look at those who violate your trust in Sacramento as we examine what you can do to fight back and look at both the International Sportsman's Expo and SHOT Show as the 2019 industry trade show season unfolds. Then we're going to debut our new segment of Fridays at 5 called Did You Know? And finish with a showcase of Franklin Arms' new firearm for California. We begin this week with the announcement of not one, but two different rallies designed to look like they're about public safety, when they're nothing more than a ruse to advocate for taking even more of your rights away. It is no accident that groups such as Never Again, March for Our Lives, the Brady Campaign, Moms That Demand Action, and Indivisible choose to have a rally on, of all days, Super Bowl Sunday at Westlake High School in Thousand Oaks. They're there to demand tougher gun laws and closure of the Ventura Gun Show. For the record, the gun show had zero to do with the Borderline Grill incident. The fact that removing the gun show actually will remove gun safety options from the community. These same groups are planning a march on the Capitol on March 18th and will undoubtedly be supported by politicians from the left. Realize, people, this is choreographed. These people are looking for ways to eliminate you being there by choosing to do it at events that take you to other places. They are specifically trying to change the culture, and we're going to talk about that more and more. For information on how you can be involved in either of those events, see the links below. The big money of left-leaning politicians who are out to destroy the culture of our Constitution are holding nothing back. They are out in the open. They're not even hiding. They are creating events such as those we spoke of just a moment ago to clearly choreograph the optic that the majority of our state citizens agree with them when in fact this is false. The time has come for us, the law-abiding, not just to stand up and stand our ground, but to exercise our rights under the First Amendment to peaceably assemble, to redress our government officials, that enough is enough. The left wants to use these events to push through their will on us. We need to remember the words of Ronald Reagan, who stated the following almost 50 years ago: the legitimate use of arms in hunting, target shooting, and gun collecting in California should not be forgotten, or the right for a person to protect his home and family. He reiterated that laws aimed at reducing crimes required careful consideration so that, and wait for it, the government does not infringe on legitimate ownership and use of firearms. Remember the words of Reagan. The left has gained a new defector this week who turned on the party who got him elected to the Assembly in the 77th District encompassing San Diego. Assemblyman Brian Manshine switched from the Republican Party to the Democrats, thus making it a 61-19 lead over Democrats and over the Republicans in our assembly. It is our hope that the voters in San Diego will remember that this is a violation of their trust next year, and we will be there to remind them of this outrage. Leaders have a duty to stand with the people who elected them and not turn their backs on them for political convenience. This turncoat has shown he is about himself and not the people who elected him to represent them. The industry trade shows, such as the International Sportsman's Expo in Sacramento and SHOT Show in Las Vegas over the last 2 weeks, have concluded and set off a robust 2019 trade show season. Many new firearms, safety gear, experiences are being promoted. And many people ask me, well, what does that have to do with us in California? What can we get? This week, we're happy to bring you just one example as we look at what Franklin Arms has to offer to Californians. And what's incredible, it's a brand new handgun that was added, that's right, not taken away, added to the handgun roster list. We now go to Jay Jacobs, the Chief Executive Officer and owner of Franklin Firearms, to look at this new firearm. Jay.
All right, here is the CA7 from Franklin Armory. We got this on the roster this year. Essentially, it's a 10-round repeater, and essentially with this, what we do is we pull the action back, and goes 1 round at a time. There's no gas system on this. That was the way to get it into California. We did a little something else with the trigger system to be able to get it to pass the drop test. So that was one of our patent pending concepts, and it was really a pleasure to be able to make it and bring it to California for a competitive price.
Thanks, Jay. Welcome to our newest segment, Did You Know? We will provide you with the information for you to share with your community to set the record straight. This week's Did You Know looks at Table 20, which is a state-by-state FBI crime in the United States report. It shows which types of firearms or weapons were used to kill people. The most recent study is from 2017. Unfortunately, that showed that 37 people lost their lives to what is known as all rifles, which is what the assault weapons laws that are proposed over and over again by our state legislatures are focused on. And it is unfortunate that 37 people lost their lives to rifles. But here is the did you know part. Did you know that that same report shows that knives were almost 7 times more likely to take your life that year than rifles? Or that the simple use of hands and fists were almost 3 times more likely? And guess what? Not one new set of rushed laws for waiting periods or registration for either my hands, my fists, or my pocket knife. It makes you think, what is the real purpose behind these proposed laws if not just to take away your rights? Because the focus should also be equally on things that take your life 5, 7, or 100 times more likely than a rifle. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Fridays at 5. Be sure to follow us on social media and keep up to date on the latest Second Amendment news. Links are, as always, in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and remember, be safe, shoot straight, and fight back for your rights.